Hi Bowl Bakers! The last few years when the weather has been heating up here in Los Angeles, I've been making popsicle videos and they have been a huge success. You've been really enjoying them. So you'll be happy to know that I have 3 brand new flavors for you right now, all based on popular drinks. Also, today is the day that you get a bonus video thanks to my partnership with Good Cook. So after this, I want you to head over to Good Cook's YouTube channel, subscribe and watch me make a frozen s'more. Because if you like s'mores, you are going to love that recipe. As always, you can find the recipes for these popsicles on my website, biggerbolderbaking.com. Okay, let's get started with our first flavor, which is a ginger peach tea popsicle. So one of the main ingredients in this popsicle is tea. Now here I have some lovely decaffeinated peach tea. It smells amazing. I'm going to pop that into my jug and I'm just going to fill it up with some hot water just to let this steep. Now, if you don't like tea, you can also use maybe coconut water or coconut milk, anything that you like. So now into this tea, I'm going to add in a little bit of honey. Now you can also use maple syrup if you want, or a different kind of liquid sugar, whatever your preference is. Then I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice. And then zest in some fresh ginger. Ginger is such an amazing root with great flavor. However, it is very woody. So here I have a Good Cook grater zester and it really just breaks it down and makes no work at all of getting it nice and finely minced. So you need something like this when you're working with ginger to get it nice and fine so you don't end up with lumps of ginger. Okay, lovely. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I cannot describe to you how good this smells. I'm going to set this aside, let all those lovely flavors marry together, let the tea steep, and then we're going to get started with our peaches. So here I have my peaches. Now let me tell you something about these. I generally buy frozen fruit and then defrost it because it is usually picked in the height of season, which means it has really good flavor and also it's actually cheaper than fruit that is bought off season. So don't be afraid to buy frozen fruit. Just make sure that there's no sugars added. So all you want to do here is just puree until it's really nice and smooth and there's no lumps. So now these popsicles are kind of a blank canvas for you to do whatever you want. If you don't like peaches, you can do green tea and then maybe raspberries or strawberries. Use any fruit or tea that you like. Okay, this is perfect. It is nice and smooth. Now I'm going to add this puree into my tea mix and then just stir it together. Okay, so as you can see, I've already taken the tea bags out of here and I only left them in for around 10 to 15 minutes to get enough of the good flavor out of them. This is looking good, it's nice and smooth, so let's get it into our ice pop maker. So I get asked all the time about what popsicle mold to use. Here I have Good Cook's Sweet Creations Ice Pop Maker. Now I love this because it's bigger than a normal popsicle mold. It holds 10. And also in the lid, it has grips where it holds the sticks and stops them sinking to the bottom, which often happens with popsicle molds. I make a lot of popsicles. I love these molds. I have 2 of them. I'm going to put a link for this along with all of my other Good Cook products on my website. Now just go ahead and fill your mold with your popsicle mix. Fill them up almost to the top, leaving a little bit of room because once you put the stick in there, it'll fill up that little bit more. As you see, this will make around 4 to 5 popsicles. Okay, lovely. On with our hat. And then in with our sticks. Push them down around 3/4 of the way. There you go. Boop. They're all in there. So check these guys out. Not only are they going to taste amazing, but they look beautiful. Now we're going to pop these into the freezer for a minimum of 6 hours until they freeze nice and solid, and they will last in your freezer for up to 6 weeks. So here are a few popsicles that I made a few hours ago, so they'll be frozen in time, and just look at those. Oh yeah, seriously. This is a legit popsicle. If you love peach and the kind of sweet, fruity flavor, and then with the tea and the honey, this is a lovely drink as it is, but as a popsicle, it is even better. As much as I want to, I'm not going to finish this popsicle because we're about to move on to our next flavor, which is pink lemonade. So here I have some lemonade. You can use store-bought or homemade, and this is the base for our popsicle. So into this, what I like to do is add in some lemon zest. Now this makes a huge difference to the flavor, so I strongly recommend that you do it. I also like to add in a little bit of lime just to get it nice and tropical. Believe me, once you taste this, you're going to do it all the time. Okay, lovely. Now I'm going to set that over to the side. Here I have some lovely fresh raspberries. And like I said before, you can even use frozen ones that have been defrosted. And all I'm going to do is simply pop them into our mold and just fill it all the way up to the top. Pink lemonade is made up of raspberries and lemonade. And the flavors just work so well together. They're really fresh and fruity and perfect for the summertime. So once your raspberries are in there, we're going to take our lemonade and fill it up almost all the way to the top. So the reason you want to put the fruit in first, if you do it the opposite way around, the raspberries will float all the way to the top. So put them in there first and then they'll stay put. I like to leave the raspberries whole just so you get that lovely aesthetic. However, if you want to blend this up, that's totally fine. Okay, lovely, they're all filled up. On with our lid and then in with our sticks. Considering how good the peach ones were, I'm really excited to try these. But before I can do that, I have to pop them into the freezer. So my favorite part, the big reveal. Look at that, how beautiful. And you saw how simple it was to make. Oh yeah, oh that's the business. Oh, lemonade and raspberries and that lime zest in there. Oh my gosh, absolutely delicious. This is almost better than the peach flavor. However, we've got one more flavor coming up and our next one is a Pina Colada. So the star of this show is pineapples. Like I said, you can use fresh or frozen that have been defrosted. I'm gonna pop these into my food processor and blend them up until they're really nice and smooth. You know, one of the reasons I love these popsicles is that they're loaded with fruit and you can use any that you like. They really make for a great snack or dessert. Also, you can use honey, maple syrup, any kind of a natural sugar that you like. They're really, really great. I'm also going to put the calorie count on my website in case you're wondering how much each is and you want to keep track. Okay, so this is looking great. It's lovely and smooth. Now we're going to build the first layer of our popsicle. Just fill your mold 1/4 of the way up with your pineapple puree. So like I said, this is a layered popsicle. So we're going to put this into the freezer for around 15 to 20 minutes. Just let it freeze a little bit and then we're going to add our next layer. A pina colada is made up of pineapples and coconut. So here I have some coconut milk. You can use low fat or full fat. FYI, I used full fat because it tastes better. Now into here, I'm going to add in a little bit of honey for sweetness. So it's been a few minutes. Our first layer of pineapple is hard on top. So now I'm just going to go and pour in my coconut layer. And just like the pineapple, you want to do around 1/4 of the way of this as well. Now, if you don't want to do all of these layers, then feel free to just mix the whole thing together and it will still taste really good. So now we're going to pop this back into the freezer, let the coconut set for like 10 to 20 minutes, and then we're going to continue with our other layers. Once one layer sets, then add on the next one and continue all the way to the top. Okay, all of our layers are done. On with our lid, nice and snug, and then in with our sticks. Now it's okay to put our sticks in because the layers haven't frozen all the way solid, so you can just push your stick all the way through. Okay, I'm excited for these ones. I love those tropical flavors. I'm gonna pop these into the freezer and wait until they're frozen. So here's all our hard work paying off. Look at those beautiful layers. Oh, yummy, I hope it tastes as good as it looks. Yep, it sure does. I don't know which layer is my favorite. It's the creamy coconut or the tropical pineapple. Definitely this transports me to a beach in Hawaii drinking pina coladas. You saw how simple it was to make 3 very different but equally delicious popsicle flavors based on some of your most favorite drinks. I hope you enjoyed this episode, but the fun does not end here. I want you to follow me over to Good Cook's YouTube channel and watch how I make a frozen s'more. You are not going to want to miss it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back here really soon for more bigger, bolder baking.